Hello, my fellow kooks. I hope you brought something to take notes with because I am about to drop some straight gold on you. Go ahead and like this video right now because this is going to make you look like a genius. But for real, you should subscribe and hit that notification bell because I will update my picks after the elimination round, giving you that more up-to-date knowledge. I'll either do a post in the community tab, or if there's time, I will make an actual video. You can also join in the newly minted Lord Kookington Public Fantasy Surf League for your chance to take down me every single event. There will be a prize for the winner, link is in the description. Furthermore, I know this is kind of weird, but if you would like to be in a WhatsApp group that corresponds with the Surfing League for mostly good-natured crap talk, you can email me your phone number at the brand new mike@lordkookington.com. There is no website yet, so you don't need to go there. And let's get into this. Now, here are my predictions. These are based on a few things, but the biggest one is event result history, which I have here. I have this spreadsheet linked in the description of this video as well. You can also see my power rankings of points scored by every surfer for every event so far this year. But here it is, color-coded just for you. If you don't know, blue is must-have, good value is green, some value yellow, not for this event orange, injured or out is red. So from the top, we got our first tier women's surfers, Molly Picklum in blue. You know I'm going to pick her. I've been riding with her all year, and she is great at this venue. Last year, second only to Tyler Wright, our two-time Bells champion. I think she is an easy pick in your top tier, and I'm probably going to make her my power surfer. That being said, the other two top-tier surfers are not bad choices. You can look at Joanne DeFay, and there's a really good chance she's going to get fifth. She's done it 5 times since 2015, which is when I stopped keeping records because before that, who really cares? Also, Betty Lou, 5th last year, and she has improved by leaps and bounds across the board. Would not surprise me if she made a deep run. I just feel like Molly has also improved, and she's a safer pick. Moving on to the second tier, Caitlin Simmers. Lots of value there. She was 9th last year, which, isn't amazing. She was very inconsistent, and she's been inconsistent this year. However, she's had 2 down events in a row, and I really think she's primed for a big showing here. I'll be watching her through the elimination round. Moving on to Caroline Marks, also a great choice there. 5th place last year, 3rd the 2 years before that. Those are solid finishes, and I would definitely take that, especially from a mid-tier surfer. Who knows, Caroline could win the whole thing. Tatiana, she's had some good finishes, but they've been a little ways since she was 2nd and 3rd here. I think there's definitely some value, but I think I'll be staying off Tatiana for this one. Same with Brissa. We don't have the injury replacements yet, so I don't know with that ear injury if she'll be competing or not. Regardless, I don't think she is a surfer for me, and so she should probably not be a surfer for you at this event. Tyler Wright. Wow, I have her as must-have, probably mostly because of those 2 number 1 finishes the last 2 seasons. It doesn't get much better than that. I really thought Tyler was going to do poorly at Portugal, like she had the first 2 events, but she really broke out of that slump, and hopefully she can carry that momentum in here because I will definitely be picking her in my middle tier. Luana Silva, 9th back in 2022. She has improved. I just think there's better choices. Lakey Peterson, 9th, 3rd, 5th. There's some good results in there, but those last 2 years of 9th I'm not loving, and I'll be staying off her this event unless I lose some picks during the elimination round and Lakey lights it up early. I think that is not the best pick. Same with Gabby Bryan, a couple of 9ths. Not terrible, but we can do better. Isabella Nichols, I have her as good value despite her slow start. She's done that the last couple of years, and last year she broke out with a big 3rd place here. I think there's a lot of value for Bella. Moving down to the 3rd tier, I haven't mentioned yet, but it's good to remember, just like we picked the Brazilians in Portugal, I think the Australians in Australia are going to be good. And as you'll see, I'll have a lot of them in my lineup. One of them might be Sally Fitzgibbons, who's been okay here. Look at those numbers. Not incredible, but there's a lot of upside for Sally, especially in that 3rd tier. As of this moment, India is the surfer I have in my lineup. She has let me down all year long. I expected a big year from her. I expected a top 5 finish, and she's done nothing. I mean, she's in the 3rd tier. However, 9th place last year, that's not great. I just think she's going to break out here at some point. She's got 2 events left to do it, and I think it happens right now. Might eat my words. Might change her after that elimination round. we'll see. She's in there right now. Sawyer Lindblad, not much experience here that I can see. She hasn't done much for the year. I'm probably going to stay off her here. Moving on to Alyssa Spencer, 9th back in 2022. That's not terrible. That means she won 1 heat. I just think there's better options. I did have Sophie McCulloch here in green. Right now she's listed as injured, so I don't think she'll be partaking in the event. That could just be because she's in injury replacement and the WSL doesn't know what they're doing. I'm not sure. It looks like she's out. If that's the case, definitely don't pick her. If she's in, yeah, consider it. She is Australian and she's due for a big win. Let's move over to the men here. All right, starting from the top. Griffin Colapinto, he was 5th last year. I've got him in green. He's definitely got some value. He could go off here, but as you'll see, I have 2 must-have picks, so let's get to them. Ethan Ewing, he won last year. He was 3rd the year before. If I'm picking a winner, I am definitely picking him. Ethan is the man here, and he will most likely be my power surfer double points person. John Florence. Oh man, as you guys know, I've been picking John all year, making him my double points surfer. Last event wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible either. He was 3rd here last year, 5th the year before. He won it the year before that. I could see John doing some really good work here. I just feel really confident about him overall as a surfer. This is a pretty good venue for him, and not the best, certainly, but right now he is my number 2 top tier surfer. Jack Robinson, 17th last year. There's definitely some value there with the 3rd place the year before. I believe last year was when he got injured and that totally derailed his season. Definitely a lot of value there. He is Australian. I'll probably be saving him for Margaret River though. Moving on to Baron Mamiya. He's been 17th the last 2 years. That doesn't excite me. I'll probably be staying off him. Kanoa Igarashi, all over the board. 9th, 17th, 9th, couple 25ths. Probably don't need that in my life. But you should consider picking him, as I will not be, and Kanoa loves to disappoint me either way it goes. Jordy Smith, very similar to Kanoa, but he has a couple top 5 finishes, a 3rd, a 1st. You're going back a little bit when he had his 2nd and 5th. Definitely some value for Jordy. And the guy has been surfing out of his mind this year, so you know what? We're gonna change him to green. Boom. Jordy is now good value. Still not gonna pick him, but you might want to. Jake Marshall, man, congratulations, Jake, on being in that top tier. I don't want any part of that 33rd or 17th, though, so will not be picking you. Same with Leo. Leo's one of my favorite surfers on tour. Not going to pick him for this one with those consistent 17ths. Moving on to Connor O'Leary. If you look at this history, he's just been getting better. A 25th, a 9th, and a 5th. And he's another guy who is, it feels like he's been getting more and more dangerous every season. And I think he's really peaking this year. So a lot of value there. Crosby Colapinto, much like a lot of other venues on tour, not a lot of history here. And I think even though there's 4 picks for this middle tier for the men, I just don't think he's the guy. I hope he proves me wrong. No, I don't. I want all the points possible. I like the guy and I hope he does well, but I don't see it happening. Italo Ferreira. 17th last year is not good, but I like that 5th and the 5th and the 1st and the 3rd. Italo hasn't fully broken out this year, and I keep predicting it. I'm expecting it, and I really want him on my roster when he does break out, possibly winning a whole event. We'll see, but I think he has a chance to go far here. Liam O'Brien, some value. I wouldn't completely discount him because Liam charges, and he's Australian, so, you know, he's always got a chance here. 17th last year, I don't love that. Imai Kalani DeVault, 9th back in 2022 when he was last on tour. That's not bad, especially, you know, I'm assuming he's improved and he's had that experience. Just with all the talent in this middle tier, I'm probably going to be staying off him. Gabriel Medina. Guy's got a 3rd a few years ago. Some middling results. I don't love it, but I just really like him as a pick. He's been hot lately. Winning that ISSA event and going very far in Portugal. He seems to have a lot of confidence and momentum right now, and you know he's hungry to win one. So as of right now, I have him in my lineup. Ramsey Bakayam, hey, why not? I just don't, I haven't seen enough of him surfing out there. And again, I think there's some better Brazilians and Australians out there that I'd like to pick. Yago Dora, 9th, 17th, 25th. He's another guy like Italo who I expect to break out at some point. Could be this event, which is why I have him as good value. But if it's between him and Italo, I'm going Italo. Ryan Callanan. What is this, man? A must-have pick deep in the second tier? Ryan almost won the event last year. He was second. He was third 3 years ago. This is just a great event for him, and you need him on your fantasy team. Ian Gentile, 17th last year. That's not great. We haven't seen his full potential out there, but I'll probably be staying off him. Seth Moniz, 17th and 33rd. This just isn't a good venue for him, and you would be wise not to have him in your lineup this time. Rio Waida, man, it's a bummer. I really like this guy, but 33rd last year. He has some value. Miguel Pupo, 5th in the last time he was in this event, which I don't believe was last year. Let's double check that. Yes, it seemed that was back in 2022 because he was injured last year. I'm going to stay off of Miguel here, but there is some value, not going to lie. Same with Matthew McGillivray, 5th last year. That's not bad at all. We would take that. I don't love the 33rd the year before, and I feel like he's just been a little off this year so far. Maybe he puts it together for this event, but I don't see it happening. Jacob Wilcox. Is it his time to finally break out? Kind of thought maybe Portugal. Definitely had him considered for those first 2 events in Hawaii. But back in his home country of Australia, maybe this is his time. Definitely going to, I shouldn't say definitely. I'll most likely be picking him at his home of Margaret River. But here at Bells, he was 5th back in 2019. And I assume he has more experience than that there. Wilcox could be a great pick for this tier. Moving on to that 3rd tier, Frederico Moraes. Not going to pick him. Couple 17ths. What is that? Oh, a 5th. Back in 17 and 18. It's not 2017 or 2018. I'm sorry, not Frederico for this event. Wow, Callum Robson. 33rd last year. That's terrible. But he was 2nd the year before, and I feel like in this 3rd tier, he is an absolute steal. You must pick Callum Robson on this event. Cole Hauschman very well could be my 2nd surfer in that final tier. The guy is just solid, and he has not really shown it yet this year. He's in the 3rd tier for a reason, and that is because his results have not been good. But he is a talented surfer, and I see him making this cut still. So in order to do that, he's going to need some big events. I feel like this is his chance at Bells. Things could change depending on those first 2 rounds, but as of right now, Cole Hauschman's my guy. Sammy Pupo, 17th last year, 9th the year before. He's got potential at this event. In the 3rd tier, I would definitely give him a lot of value. I'll be watching him closely once this event starts. Eli Hanneman, man, a lot of people had high hopes for him. I thought he would do better than this, and he's shown flashes of really good surfing, like at the Sunset event, but that was before the round of 32, so he really just hasn't gone anywhere, and his time is running out. I don't see that changing, but this could be where he turns it around. We'll have to wait and see. Cade Madsen, another guy, I just feel like he's having a good experience going through this top level of competition, but he kind of hasn't really risen to that level yet, and I don't see him doing well here. David Silva, 17th last year, 9th the year before. He needs to make a move now if he wants to stay on tour. I don't see it happening. Kyle Abelli, my boy. Oh, man. I've given him some faith with my picks this year, and Kyle has consistently let me down. Now, this wouldn't be a good event, given his history with those 17ths. He had a 2nd back in 2017, which that's a long time ago. He's a strong competitor at Pipeline, did terrible. He's a strong competitor at Sunset, did terrible. He's a strong competitor at Super Tubos, did terrible. Not a great competitor at Bells. Maybe this is the time he breaks out. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not picking him. We'll see what happens. Kelly Slater. Don't know if he's going to be at the event. Even if he is, probably not picking him. So those are my ratings for every single surfer competing except for the wild cards that are yet to be announced. Let's check out my lineup. Oh, look at this. What is this? A brand new fantasy surfing league? Lord Kookington Public? Wow. What's the entry price for? It's free? What? Get in there, folks. Take your shot at the champ. 2-time defending champion in my own personal private league. I plan on winning it and making it 3 in a row. You can take me down in this league. Get in here. Let's look at my picks. Got a few people in here already. That's nice. Thank you guys for joining. Molly Picklum. We talked about her already. She's legit. My current power surfer in the top tier. Moving on, we got Tyler Wright. Caroline Marks. This is the one I'm not sure of. Caroline could get changed to Katie Simmers. As we talked about, she's got a real good shot here. Isabella Nichols is another one I'm considering. For now, it is Caroline. And in that third tier, again, this one could change too, but my girl India has to break out sometime, and I'm hoping it's this event. Moving on farther to the men, Ethan Ewing. He's won the last 2 events here. No, that's not true. He won the last event. I think he was... Let's look at that again. I don't remember. Ethan Ewing. First and then third the year before. Man, the guy is good out here. I see him doing very well again. Ethan Ewing, power surfer. John Florence. Hey, get him in there. He's a good pick. Potential to win the whole thing. I don't see it happening. I don't see anyone beating Ethan, but I think John's going to rack up a lot of points for you too. Ryan Callanan. Oh, so I did notice this earlier today, and it does concern me a little bit. Look at this middle tier. Look at these goofies. Do I really want all these goofies right now? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Cole Houshman, also goofy. There's a lot of goofies on tour right now. Anyways, that's why we have these first rounds. I wish we didn't have the opening round and the elimination round to change our picks around. I think it's whack. I think you should make the picks in the start. Whatever. We don't need to rant about this right now. But right now, I have 4 goofies in this lineup. Whatever. Got a couple Aussies. Connor O'Leary, he used to be Aussie, so I still give him extra bonus points for this event. Got my 2 Brazilians here who I expect to break out at some point. Gabby's on the doorstep. Italo's been a little more consistent, but one of these guys is going to win an event pretty soon here. And in my tier C, Callum Robson, absolute lock for this event in that third tier. You got to get on him. And then Cole Houshman is the pick right now. We'll see what happens. But I'm real confident with this lineup. And I think you should be too. So basically what I'm trying to say is you're welcome for the gold. I'm looking forward to an awesome event, and I'm looking forward to all of you trying to beat me. Don't forget, if you would like to have some good-natured crap talking or some positive talking, email me your phone number and I'll throw you in this WhatsApp group, and we could talk about our new fantasy surfing league. It'll be awesome. We'll probably be best buddies, and I'll be buddies together. Like this video if you wouldn't mind, but make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, because I will absolutely update these picks and I will make you look good. Put your faith in me for this event and everything will be okay. Thanks so much. Stay kooky.